Bitcoin has a 9 flash on the daily chart and the weekly chart, and is currently in the process of forming a head and shoulders pattern. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we have some very important technical analysis to do on Bitcoin, because as you guys may have noticed, yes, Bitcoin has been in a massive parabolic run for the last 60 days or so, but those runs do eventually come to a conclusion. In today's video, we're going to be discussing whether or not that ending is coming today, because as you just saw, there are some major sell signals showing up on Bitcoin. You guys know I'm very bullish on Bitcoin, but it is in our best interest to have a good understanding of when pullbacks may happen. So we're going to be discussing all of that and more in today's video. If you guys do enjoy today's video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. And if you haven't already, consider following us over on Instagram and Twitter at CryptoJeb. But without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Before we get started, I do want to mention one of the sponsors of this channel, and that would be Bybit. As you guys know, Bybit is the exchange that I personally use and I personally recommend. If you guys have been trading for a while and you want to up your game, I highly encourage you to jump on Bybit. They have high liquidity, high volume, and they are one of the fastest growing exchanges in the cryptocurrency space for a good reason. You can sign up for Bybit with the link in the top of the comment section in the pinned comment down below. Doing so greatly helps out our channel, so thank you very much. Anyway, let's go ahead and get onto the chart. Guys, I want to start with the hourly chart here and kind of walk you through how I do my technical analysis. When I looked at this chart, the hourly chart for Bitcoin this morning, I noticed something right away, and it was that we had a flat level of support right there. So let's go ahead and turn that blue. What I then did is I looked for a level of resistance, and as you can see, we have a level of resistance right there. I'm going to make that red. It's called a trading channel because we have two trend lines for the support and the resistance that are trending in the same direction, and they are not converging on each other. They are either parallel for a trading channel or expanding, in this case, for an expanding trading channel. But what I also do sometimes is I look back and I see if any of these trend lines that we are currently using have relevance in the past. And as you can see, if we pull back this trend line on the hourly chart, on the log chart anyway, this trend line does actually have quite a bit of significance going back to the 4th of November. As you guys will notice, it was the level of resistance that Bitcoin was beneath. Now it is the level of support. So what that means is that while, yes, Bitcoin over the weekend did pull back to test $17,500, more importantly, Bitcoin has actually pulled back to test this uptrending level of support a total of 4 times. But what I'm more interested in is actually this pattern right here, because this is very clearly a head and shoulders pattern on Bitcoin. We have a high, a higher high, a lower high, and then we have a neckline right there, which is constituted by that uptrending level of support that I just stupidly deleted. Now, should head and shoulders patterns be taken in a vacuum and just say, oh, well, because Bitcoin has a head and shoulders pattern, we're of course going to fall and we're going to crash, and it's going to be bad? No, we shouldn't do that, because at the end of the day, there is a lot more to technical analysis than one pattern. Never make a trade based off of one single piece of technical analysis, but it does play into a larger theory that I have. Because back on the 18th, we talked about how Bitcoin was getting overextended and going to hit a 9 on the daily chart, the weekly chart, and the monthly chart starting next month. Well, as you can see, Bitcoin is now significantly overextended on the daily chart for TD sequential, and we have started seeing discolored candlesticks because we've been overextended for more than 3 days. Looking out to the weekly chart, we can see that Bitcoin has now hit a 9 on the weekly chart as well. And even though this is a very young, nascent weekly chart candlestick, at the moment, it looks like it could develop into what we would call a spinning top, which signals uncertainty in the market, which is a step down from the bullish certainty that we just had. So the question now becomes, since, number one, Bitcoin's volatility and its upwards movement has trailed off, and Bitcoin is more trading sideways, as we can see on the hourly and the daily chart now, and we have a head and shoulders pattern on the hourly chart, shows up on the 4-hourly chart too, and we have a TD sequential 9 flash on daily chart, weekly chart, and we're about to see it happen on the monthly chart starting in 7 days from now. It begs the question, has Bitcoin exhausted itself just below $20,000, or are we just trading sideways for a little while and we're about to blast off again? Well, I'll tell you what I think. I think as time progresses, as we move farther and farther and farther into this rally, we get more and more likely to have a significant correction. At this point, a significant correction I call between 10 and 20%. Nothing to end the bull market, but definitely a place that the buyers could take their profits and turn into sellers for a little while and take some money out of the space. Remember, something like 99% of addresses are in profit right now on Bitcoin. Everybody is making money at the moment. Eventually, people start cashing in those gains to go and buy Lambos and champagne bottles. It's not a question of whether people start selling. It's a question of when people start selling. As we get higher and higher and higher and higher, and more people are in more and more profit, eventually, we're going to see the sellers overtake the buyers, and then that's where a correction comes in. That is very healthy for a market, by the way. That's not a bad thing, so don't hate on me in the comment section and think that I'm, oh, Jeb, you hate Bitcoin. Why would I be running this channel if I hated Bitcoin? I hate those comments. Anywho, the fact is, Bitcoin needs to have a correction. Bitcoin needs to consolidate. Bitcoin needs to lock in gains. If you haven't noticed, we are sitting at like 80 on the RSI, and we have been for over a month and a half now. Eventually, people start taking profits. So now we have a technical reason to do so because we have a daily chart and a weekly chart TD sequential flash and a head and shoulders pattern. I'm putting most of the weight of this prediction on the TD sequential, though, however, because head and shoulders show up all the time and they don't do anything, but TD sequential is normally respected. So here's my prediction. Bitcoin is going to, at the very least, trade sideways for the next couple of days. We've kind of just entered this pattern, and we shouldn't bet too much against the uptrend when Bitcoin is so clearly very bullish. Unless something catastrophic happens, I wouldn't get too worried about a major capitulation or crash, but I do expect to see some sideways trading on Bitcoin for the next 2 to 3 days based on the analysis that is in front of me. However, after that happens, I think the uptrend will continue, and I do think that we'll be hitting $20,000 before the year is over. That right there is what makes the most sense to me. So tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think. Do you think Bitcoin is going to have a flash crash because of the 9 flashes on the TD sequential, or do you think that Bitcoin is going to trade sideways for a little while and then we're going to go into a rally? Or do you think Bitcoin is just going to completely ignore the TD sequential and rally to the freaking moon? That is what I want to know. So tell me in the comment section down below. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter and let us know down there. Also, guys, before we go, I want to mention a new partner that we have for the channel, and that would be BlockFi. BlockFi provides financial services for investors such as yourself. Products include high-yield interest accounts, USD loans, and no-fee trading. BlockFi works with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and other stablecoins. Opening an account is simple and convenient, and BlockFi is committed to trust, transparency, and customer service. By the way, guys, there's a promotion going on where you can get up to $250 if you start investing on BlockFi today. Sign up with our link in the description down below. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.